If you've been a 3D artist for any amount of time, you know that things are not always easy. Maybe you're a student struggling to find a job while juggling student debt. Perhaps you are a seasoned industry professional looking to make a change while still being active in a field that you're passionate about. Traditional routes for a 3D artist to make money have been to get a job at a studio or work as a freelancer. But are there any viable alternatives? The funny thing about opportunities is that they are predicated on your knowledge. Once you gain that knowledge, you will be able to discover opportunities that were previously hidden from you. In this video, I'm going to be showing you business ideas for 3D artists. And if you think the terms business ideas and 3D artists don't go together, perhaps you are a short YouTube video away from having a change of hearts. What's going on, you 3D modeling beasts? This is JL Musey, and welcome to my business ideas for 3D artists video. Before I get started, I have two quick announcements. One is I got invited to speak at a conference called Money Grows on Trees, and that is going down early next year in the Turks and Caicos Islands. I attended last year, and it was really a great conference, great speakers, great information, and also great networking opportunity. And this year I will be talking about just my experiences as a business person and also an artist, and really how to combine those and just be able to make a living with the passion that you have for really whatever field that you're interested in. So if you're interested in that, I'll go ahead and throw the link down below. Second announcement is I have a new channel that I'm working on called The Creative Grind. And that channel is going to be about content creation, about business and brand development, and really just along the lines of this video. Don't worry, I'm still going to be active in this channel. I'm still going to be doing 3D modeling or just 3D tutorials in general. Let's go ahead and move on to the video. I've been a 3D artist for well over a decade. I also have run successful online businesses, and I've definitely learned some things along the way. I want to go ahead and tie in being a 3D artist and developing a business. I think this is the most valuable content that I actually can give you because there is not that much out there in the marketplace for 3D artists to get these ideas, to have this information. So as much as I love, the 3D modeling and just 3D tutorials in general, creating them, those are already out there. But this information, I had to actually find it and struggle and fight to actually get these experiences and go to marketing events and go to business events and actually own businesses and have businesses fail to actually understand these lessons that I'm about to give. The two metrics that I think are most important and that all these ideas that I'm going to be giving you are pretty much built upon are scalability and digital distribution. Why are these two so important? So let's go ahead and take scalability. As 3D artists, most of the jobs that we have taken, the backbone of it is exchanging our time for money. So whether we go in a studio, we clock in or we clock out, or we do freelance work where we're billing the client for pretty much our time. The problem with that setup is that it's not scalable. No matter how high your hourly wage is, you're not going to be able to make more time within a day, right? So these two business models, they really have a cap. When you're creating a business, the goal of any business is to actually be able to scale it over time and make more money and grow it. And that's the shift that I'm going to be teaching you about in this video, is everything has to be scalable. And it can't be scalable if you're trading your time for money. Second on the list is digital distribution. And I learned about digital distribution the hard way. When I was in college, I started a business called Unique Apparel Design. And this business, pretty much, I created custom clothing. So I would airbrush t-shirts, I would hand paint sneakers, and then I also started doing t-shirt printing. So I bought a $20,000 direct-to-garment printer. And I had all these pretty much different side hustles going on. I figured that I needed to have some foot traffic come through, and I invested in a retail environment, in a retail store. And I was locked into a contract and I had to pay every month. About 6 months out, I went out of business. And I found out the hard realities of running a traditional brick and mortar business. At the same time, parallel to that, I was starting to play around with IMVU. And IMVU, if you've seen the video about passive income, selling 3D models, and I'll link that up in the YouTube card. But if you've seen that video, you know a little bit about that story. And what I was doing at the time, I pretty much had a brick mortar business that I was selling clothing, and then I would go home and work on digital products that were actually clothing for people to use IMVU, which is a virtual environment, and to actually purchase for the avatars. A long story short is, while my brick and mortar business went out of business, I actually thrived on IMVU, and that was my first successful business experience because of digital distribution. And if you think digital distribution is a joke or it's not that important, look what happened to a company like GameStop. GameStop was a huge player in selling pretty much video games, right? That secondhand video game industry. Once the major video game distributors, the major AAA titles started going digital, you started being able to download them through your Xbox or your PlayStation. If you look at their stock, it started tanking, right? It started going in decline, and most likely that company is going to be out of business in a couple of years just because the shift in digital distribution. Digital distribution is allowing content creators as ourselves to just really get in the game, distribute content digitally at a fraction of a price than it used to be distributing things via a physical manner. So the first idea is stock content. And stock content I have used for my online businesses quite a bit actually, from stock photography to music to video clips. But I've also have dealt with it as a 3D artist. So there have been small studios that I worked at, and there has also been projects that I've been a freelancer for that the client will actually purchase some stock content and hand it to me to do further refinements. So whether it's a model that they want me to maybe update the UVs or fix some edge flow, to actually maybe just taking the model and the textures and rendering them into separate layers and handing that client a Photoshop document. So people definitely sell stock content. It's something that sells. And the beauty about selling stock content is that you do all the work up front, right? You put all the time in up front, and then it keeps selling over and over, right? So you're not selling your time for money, therefore it is scalable. The second criteria that this fits is that it's digital distribution, right? So 3D artists can upload this content into sites like TurboSquid, Adobe Stock, 3D Ocean. Both Unity and Unreal Engine also have stores that you could download assets from. You could actually purchase models, right, from IMVU to use in those online communities. You could also purchase those for communities like Second Life, even Dota 2. So there's a lot of different marketplaces that, you know, stock 3D content is available for a 3D artist to upload and actually sell and make reoccurring revenue. You could scale even further by actually outsourcing some of this work. So once you actually figured out that, hey, you know what, I'm making money on the Unity store, Unreal, or on TurboSquid, you could actually outsource some of that work. And that's what I started doing with IMVU. After a while, I was profitable, and I figured, hey, I need to scale this up even further. So instead of me just investing all my time into creating more assets, I invested some of that money that I made back into the business, and I hired 3D artists to actually help me create content faster. The next business idea for 3D artists is selling your knowledge. And what do I mean by that? Well, we know that 3D or learning 3D in general is pretty hard, pretty time consuming, and there's a lot of knowledge that you have to have. And after years of being in the field, you do accrue knowledge that is valuable to somebody else. So that means that you can create a digital course, online course, and actually sell that. There's definitely a slew of options for 3D artists looking to create online courses. The first one is Udemy. Anytime that you go online and you type in 3D modeling tutorial or Maya tutorial or Modo or Blender, they're gonna pop up. So Udemy actually pays a lot of money into Google ads, and they're gonna pop up in the search. So they have great marketing. You might see them in pre-roll ads on YouTube videos as well, but they do a lot of marketing, therefore they have a lot of traffic. The one downside about Udemy is that you really don't get to control the pricing. So maybe you list your course for $50, but you'll see a slash often that will sell for $9.99. So that's one of the downsides, is you don't have that much control over the pricing, but they do have a lot of traffic, and you could definitely make a good income just selling your courses on that platform. Moving on, there's Teachable, Thinkific, and Kajabi, and those are basically paid platforms for courses. So there are platforms that you basically pay as a creator to use their tools to be able to distribute those courses to your audience. Last on the list is Gumroad, and Gumroad is not only for courses, but just really any type of digital content. So any creator, no matter what it is, can actually upload. But for 3D artists, most 3D artists use it to buy tutorials, they use it to buy plugins, and they use it to buy models. One of the great things about Gumroad is that they have one of the lowest commissions as far as the take or the cut that Gumroad gets. But on the downside, Gumroad doesn't do a lot of marketing. And actually their website and their interface is actually hard to search. So if you are going to do the Gumroad route, helps if I could actually talk here, go ahead and have a marketing strategy or be building a audience to actually be able to promote those products too. And if you don't think that there's any money in online courses for 3D artists, here's a great case study of the company called Digital Tutors. So on April 9th of 2014, Pluralsight, this bigger company, actually acquired Digital Tutors for $45 million. That's a lot of money. And they started out basically creating 3D tutorials, and now they got acquired by a major corporation for a cool 45 mil. So think about that for a second. Creating online courses meets both of the criteria, right? You're gonna be able to distribute that digitally, which is gonna be exponentially cheaper for that creator. And then secondly, you could actually scale. So once you figure out that this content sells, you could actually create your own distribution or your own marketplace like a company like Digital Tutors. Digital Tutors wasn't just one teacher or one person or artist. It was actually a collective group of artists. And what Digital Tutors used to do is that they would actually pay other artists for the content and then keep the reoccurring revenue from that business. The last business idea for 3D artists is doing curated content. Creating online courses and also creating digital products or digital stock products can really be time consuming. And I know that firsthand from having online businesses and also doing my YouTube channel. So what if there was a way to leverage somebody else's content? And that's where curated content comes into place, where instead of you actually creating the content yourself, you become a platform or a website for curated content. A good example of this is a website called ArtStation, and that's a great website, and I actually pay for a pro account. I do believe in their business, and I think it's one of the better websites that have come along and actually just integrated other people's artwork and just make one huge ecosystem for not only artwork, for artists looking to sell their work as well, and just really just the community and the visual polish that it provides. ArtStation is not the only website that is a platform like this. You also have DeviantArt, you have CG Society. Some of those websites are not as popular as they used to, but nonetheless, it is a platform. And what happens with these platforms and how they actually monetize over time, they start building an audience. People start coming there to see other people's created works. And once that audience gets large enough, there are marketers or there are people with products that want to get in front of the audience. And they're also willing to pay to get in front of that audience. And this is not really that much different than when you go on Facebook and you upload a picture and your friend uploads a picture, brother-in-law puts a video, and your cousin puts in a long blog post. You're actually creating content for Facebook, and marketers want to get in front of that audience. And that's why Facebook is the billion-dollar entity it is today, because of that marketing. So I'm not telling you to go out there and build the next Facebook or the next ArtStation, but that's a long-term goal that you could actually scale into. So I'm gonna give you a perfect case study, is videos that I post on my YouTube channel. There are websites that actually share those. They actually embed them using the YouTube embeddable link. YouTube wants you to share their content, right? So they'll go ahead and get that link embedded on their website. So they're leveraging my content onto their website. And how they monetize, once you have enough people visiting any website, you could sign up for something called Google Ads. You could run Google Ads. You could also do affiliates and partner offers, right? So on a website that I'm featured on, they're actually taking my content, sharing it, and they actually are a partner with Autodesk. And they're gonna get a small commission out of any Autodesk product that they sell. And I do Maya tutorials, so people are searching. That comes up in the search results. They click on their website, they become a fan of that website, leveraging my content, other YouTube creators' content, and basically they can make a living. The other way you can make a living, like I said, is doing affiliate links. And affiliate links is selling any product with an affiliate code. So for example, you could sign up to Amazon affiliate market or their affiliate program, and anytime that you refer a product and they buy it through that link, you'll go ahead and get a kickback. For a 3D artist, maybe you do have a affiliate link for Gumroad products, which they do have an affiliate program, or maybe even computer parts. 3D artists need monitors, they need Wacom tablets. So you could see how you could use somebody else's created content, curated, meaning you put all of it, all like content together, build an audience that is coming for that content, but is coming on your platform. And then you're gonna have advertisers that pay you to get in front of that audience, or you could sell them products with affiliate links or with partner offers, and really find a multiple different way of income streams to be able to monetize from. That's all the information that I have for you folks. Thank you so much for stopping by and enjoying this content and watching this business idea for a 3D artist video. Please let me know how I did in the comments down below. Make sure to smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And please consider sharing this with any other 3D artists that you know of. Until we meet again, folks, I will catch you next time.